and cleaning up the back and $40-$50.
No, I
It's
let
ridiculous.
my wife do it. We went and bought some clippers, and she does it.
See, I don't trust myself enough. But
Try
welcome everybody.
Just don't
What'd
touch
you say?
the hairline. Like try
Yeah,
the
yeah.
beard, but don't touch the hairline.
Yeah, I got to start there. But greetings, everyone. Shoot Your Shot podcast, the real episode 26. Not the fake episode 26. That was last episode on Tuesday. That was the real 25. Now we have the real 26. Just to catch everybody up. We do need to delete that other video though, because it's just like talking like idiots for 15 minutes. But we're back. It's Thursday. It's 6:00. Y'all might notice a different face in Joe's slot. Joe's taking care of some business. He will be here hopefully by 6:20, 6:30. He's going to jump in and talk with us, so he will hopefully be here. But in the meantime, we got a day one fan of the Shoot Your Shot podcast. You might always see him in the chat. So we're going to have one less viewer today, one less person commenting today. King Vic is in the building all the way from Florida.
What up, fellas?
Hit the applause button.
Yeah, man. We don't have an applause button yet, but we'll get there one day.
I'm working on that one, actually. I'm working on that one.
We will be there. Y'all give me a soundboard. It's over. I don't even speak anymore. I'll be in my soundboard. Joe said he Russian. See, Joe, you commenting on the Facebook and it just shows you as Facebook user. So, homie, my homie Justin wasn't hiding last week. It just for some reason it just shows us as Facebook user when you comment on the Facebook Live. But anyway, we here. We're gonna talk more football. We are still not. I forgot to mention last week. We are still not sponsored by Essentia, but we are always drinking it. Essentia, you're gonna hear us one day.
We're working on it though.
Yeah, we're working on it. We need to find out, look up if they got like a IG or a Facebook, because we need to start tagging them in every episode.
I'm sure they do.
They got to have some kind of social media. But King Vic, introduce yourself to the people. Let everybody know what you got going on real quick before we talk this football shit.
Yo, plain and simple. I'm a dude, streams on the internet, works during the day. Ain't nothing to it, really.
Aren't we all?
Can't get no more simple than that. Yep.
So we did a lot of predictions and whatnot last week, and we had a lot of y'all comment, and you Vic included, about the Giants. So I'm gonna allow you some time to sell us why we should give a fuck about your Giants, and then me and Vic will probably make fun of you for a couple minutes, and then we'll move on from there.
Probably. So the only suspect thing with the Giants right now from training camp and from preseason was that offensive line. Obviously, with the addition of Saquon Barkley coming back from injury, him looking good just on the sidelines, looks all right, but we'll see when it comes to game time. I think he's going to be fine, especially with the hits he's been taking in practice. But we'll see. Only other thing suspect would be Daniel Jones. Honestly, I don't think Daniel Jones is it. I think we need a real quarterback, but we'll see. Short game, he might be good, but going down long ball, we'll see. But that defense, the Giants picked up a bunch of pieces this offseason. They got Logan Ryan to show up the safety spot. And you got Adoree Jackson, who came over from, Tennessee?
Yeah, Tennessee.
So he's been killing it in preseason and training camp. And then we kept all our pieces like Blake Martinez, who was good for us at the linebacker spot. And Leonard Williams and a bunch of the offense or defensive lineman people. So offense can stick it up, and the offensive line can block for Saquon and for Daniel Jones with the addition of Kenny Galladay, John Ross, if he's healthy throughout the year.
Spoiler alert, he will not be healthy throughout the year.
No, I know. I know. He comes from your Bengals.
Yeah.
Giants losing week 1 again.
I think he was like the number 4 pick for us or something crazy.
John Ross?
Yeah, John Ross. It was all about his speed. Oh, he fast. He the fastest on rating in Madden. He fast. Yeah, he real fast. And he just did not stay on the field. I think 2 years ago, at one point in the year, he was like leading the league in receiving yards, and then boom, done for the season. Like he cannot stay healthy for whatever reason. That man he's Mr. Glass. That's what I call him now.
Yeah. I mean, you look at it, they added Kyle Rudolph. For me, that was a good pickup. This dude can block and he can get out a little bit and catch.
That's solid.
And then you had Kenny Galladay, who I think is just going to be in there, going through the slide, taking the top off. Who is the kid? Kadarius Tooney. He's a good slot player. So you got all guys that can go up the middle and catch a short game ball just in case the offensive line just isn't there.
And well, your people they telling you, I can't see who it is. They said Giants losing week 1. So what you think? I think we all picked y'all to lose
against the Broncos, though. Like Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh no! Actually, me and Joe picked y'all to win, and this guy over here picked y'all to lose. So
of course.
I mean, the only thing I'd be afraid of with the Broncos is maybe the defense. But we'll see. I don't think the offense is doing much. I think it'll be a low-scoring game. Probably be like 17-14, and obviously I'm picking the Giants.
Yeah, it's a low-scoring game?
Yeah, I think it'll be a low-scoring game. Unless Saquon Barkley starts breaking off stuff and the offensive line.
Let me say this. I need him to because he is my RB number 1 on my legacy fantasy football team, and he screwed me last year being out the whole year. I need him to have a bounce back.
Oh, so do I. He was my number 1 last year, and to go out, what was it, game 1 or 2?
Game 1, I believe.
I think it was game 1.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people took Barkley with their first pick last season.
He was my number 1 pick 2 years ago because it's a legacy league, and we started it 3 years ago. I think I picked him his rookie year, and I've had him ever since.
Okay. So, what's your Giant prediction for the season? Are they winning the division? What record will they end up with?
Me, I'm gonna go 10-7 now. We got to do.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go 10-7 and win in the division. Cowboys are gonna choke like they do every year. Washington, Fitzpatrick is gonna be the best Giants player when we play Washington 2 times a year.
Fitz magic.
And then I don't think Philadelphia is really doing too much.
Okay. So do y'all get out the wild card? Well, y'all win a division, so would y'all get out the first round?
Depending on who we play. We'll see.
NFC Championship? Super Bowl?
I'll say we get out the first round, and Daniel Jones and Dave Gettleman's jobs depend on it.
Daniel Jones for MVP?
Hell no. Like I said, I don't believe in Daniel Jones. He's got to prove me wrong.
Baby steps. I mean, 10-7 is heading in the right direction. That's definitely.
It was 8-8 last year. We were only 1 game off of Washington, and Washington went in with 9-6, 9-7.
Nah, I don't think their record was that good, honestly.
No, you said Washington?
Yeah, Washington won the division. I think they were 9-7, and then we were 8-8.
Might have been. I know that division stinks.
Yeah.
Like we said last episode, that's the weakest division in football.
Oh, totally.
And the Washington football team was 7-9.
I know they were 7-9.
Oh, so it was 10-6. Okay.
And that won the division. That's so sad.
The Giants and Cowboys were each 6-10. The Eagles were 4-11-1. I'm assuming that tie was against my Bengals.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, your pathetic Bengals.
Who they?
We don't know. Nobody.
Exactly. That's the question. Nobody could beat them Bengals. Exactly. You just answered the question. Thank you very much. We're gonna see. We're gonna see with this news coming out of Baltimore. I'm not saying we're gonna win the division, but we might. I mean, we can mess around and somehow finish second if the Steelers are trash, like a lot of people are picking them to be.
And the Browns are going to be trash as you're picking them to be.
I didn't say trash. I said disappointing.
Disappointment, trash, hand in hand.
Whatever. Call it what you want. I want to ask one more question pertaining to the Giants. And you talk about Daniel Jones and his job on the line. We talked about Cam Newton last episode. Daniel Jones stinks it up the first 3 weeks. You taking a flyer on Cam?
I mean, the Giants, I think, already took a flyer on them. I thought they brought him in, or at least had preliminary talks with him. Honestly, I'd bring him in just if Daniel Jones, let's say in the first 7 games, goes 1-6.
You giving him 7 games?
I'll give him 7 games because you got a 17-game season. And with how bad the division is, last year you said how little wins Washington had. I don't think anybody improved in the division that much to win better than that. So I give him 7 games, and then in the last 10 games, we'll see who's going to be quarterback number 1.
You start 0-3. You giving him 4 more games?
It depends on what that 0-3 is.
Yeah.
If it's a bad 0-3 and Daniel Jones is not playing well, your defense is playing like you think your defense could play, but Daniel Jones is not getting it done. You start 0-3.
I mean, I'm trying. Who is it? Mike Glennon that we have at backup, I think. I'm trying him out first before I go after Cam.
Well, I mean, naturally that's going to happen. I mean, you bring Cam in, he's going to need at least a week to get things in.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to start somebody else. But
I mean, yeah, I agree with whoever that is. Where they said the Giants defense is going to save Daniel Jones, but the Giants defense has always saved the quarterback in big situations.
That's very true.
Whoever picked Miami to go to the AFC Championship, I'll bet you whatever you want.
They're putting it on the line. Hold on, let me check. I gotta go to the Facebook.
I'll bet you whatever.
Darian, he said Miami going to the AFC Championship. I highly doubt that.
Whatever he want to bet. 10 cases of Dewey.
Let him know. You want to put it on the line. I'm just looking at the Giants.
They got Mike Glennon as a backup. So Daniel Jones, let's say, goes 0-3 in the first 3, and it's his fault. I'd put Mike Glennon in, see how he does, and then go from there. If you think if the GM thinks Cam's gonna do it, he might. But you got to remember, it's also Dave Gettleman, who I don't think really liked Cam Newton when he was in Carolina. You got to remember, he was never about the superstar on the team or player on the team being a diva or being out there in the media like that. And that's what Cam is. Cam does that.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely does. I'm looking at y'all schedule, and I mean, combined with the weak-ass division, y'all do have a lot of winnable games.
Yeah. Like I said, it's all going to depend on that offensive line and Daniel Jones.
You got games. Oh, man. You got games against the Falcons. That's a winnable game. Sorry, Atlanta.
Very winnable.
The Saints is questionable. That's very winnable. The Rams beating y'all. The Raiders is winnable. The Chiefs gonna beat y'all. The Bucks probably gonna beat y'all unless you bring that Tom Brady repellent to Tampa.
I'm gonna need Eli Manning back for that one.
Yeah. Dolphins and Chargers probably gonna get beat one of those two. You could beat the Bears. So you definitely a lot of winnable games over there for y'all.
Yeah.
So he said throw a case of Pepsi on it.
Make it cherry Pepsi. We got a deal.
They still make cherry Pepsi?
Yeah.
I mean, I live in Atlanta now. You can't drink Pepsi in Atlanta. If it's not Coke, they're gonna take you out back and beat you with a switch.
Like, are we talking Coca-Cola or are we talking
Coke? Both, but
okay.
Coca-Cola for this conversation.
Oh, gotcha.
Because Atlanta, Georgia is the birthplace of Coca-Cola. If y'all didn't know, if you ever come to town, there's a Coca-Cola factory that shows you how it all started. And then this is not a plug for the Coca-Cola factory, but at the end you could taste all the Cokes from all over the world. It's pretty dope.
Coca-Cola.
There's some really gross ones out there. Let me tell you, I don't know how people are drinking some of this stuff, but
Welcome to the Coca-Cola podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, if we can get Cokes on, does Coke own Essentia? I bet you they do.
Nah, I doubt it. It's too healthy.
Case of Pepsi, Miami making the playoffs.
We're gonna make that some cherry Pepsi.
There it is. That's the bet then. Did Miami make the playoffs last year? No, right?
I think they just missed it.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it all falls on Tua. Is Tua gonna get better? Because he didn't look great last season.
No, you got that, and the coaching was suspect too.
And the coaching. So I mean, it's a toss-up. I mean, the talent is there, but you know, is Tua ready to lead them?
let's see.
I mean, it's a very winnable division. It's a wide open division now that.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. They got a lot of winnable games for Miami. Miami does too.
Actually, no, because I forgot the Bills are in there. So no.
Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo. Buffalo are going to take that division.
They're probably going to end up going something like 13-4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see Buffalo sweeping that division up. The Dolphins might be lucky to get a game in that division on Buffalo.
I mean, New England got better. Let's not act like they didn't get any better. And the Jets, but never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, Joe wasn't even defending the Jets, bro. Like,
yeah, it's only 3 teams in the AFC East.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. I do want to just say, Vic, both of our teams are in similar situations as far as the offensive line is concerned. That's probably our biggest question mark is the offensive line. Our defenses, I don't have as much deep confidence in our defense as you do in yours, but we do have a pretty good defense. A lot of we made a couple really good signings. Some dudes that were hurt all year last year are coming back. So our defense is going to be good. The biggest question mark, like I said, is that offensive line, and Joey Burrow got to stay. He got to stay off his back.
Mm-hmm.
We got to keep him protected, and he got to stay healthy.
Of course.
If I could ask for just one thing out of this season for my Bengals, it's that Joe Burrow plays the entire season healthy, finishes the season, whatever our record is. I'll be happy if he gets through the season and gets that confidence back. Because last year as a rookie, he came in with a lot of confidence that they say he's not showing right now because of that injury. So that's the one thing I would ask for out of our season. Just keep that man healthy and let him start building that confidence back. I mean, I guess similar situation for you too, Vic, with Jimmy G. You got to keep that man healthy.
We got to keep the whole team healthy. The whole team. We lost 11 players last season.
Oh,
that's true. But none of it works without the quarterback.
Yeah, but they also plan on using Jimmy G and our rookie quarterback playing together. So I don't know how that's gonna work.
You gotta have faith in your coach of the year, right?
Cal Shanahan?
Wasn't that your pick?
I think I did. Well, I was high, so I'm
Yeah, they trashing Jimmy G online right now.
Hey, listen, I'm not the biggest Jimmy G supporter, but when healthy, he shows he can play. I mean, he's not the best quarterback, but what is his winning record? I think he has 2 to 3 losses.
I'll find out. As a starter, Garoppolo has a 24-8 record.
Who, Jimmy G?
Yeah.
That's a hell of a record.
That's a good record.
24-8? Hey, Cino, what's Daniel Jones' record? Because you're talking a lot of mess. Talking a lot of mess over there, pal.
It ain't no 24-8. I can tell you that.
No 24-8.
No, it's showing up 8.
That much too.
Yeah.
But I think the problem is he tries to be he He wants to be an innovator, and sometimes he can go above and beyond, and it's gonna bite him in the ass.
Yeah, sometimes I think coaches get that genius level tag thrown on them a little too early.
Yeah, like we know he's an offensive genius. He's running with it now. He wants to try all these new things. For my sake, I hope it works out. But I have no idea.
Well, they all think they're gonna do it like Kyle or what's his name, Sean McVay.
Mm-hmm.
They all think they're gonna be able to do what he did over in LA, and it's like, no, it's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna
I
happen.
mean, that's what we did. Our head coach is from the McVay tree. He got to that Super Bowl, and we sniped him. Zach Taylor was one of the assistant coaches there. So, I mean, everybody trying to recreate that magic, and it's not the case, especially with our team because we need to work. People thought he was going to come in and we were going to be like the Rams, first season. It's like, no, it's not realistic. I mean, his first year, we still had Andy Dalton. So, who he managed to get another starting job somehow. Like, good for Andy.
Yeah, he starts. What team is he starting for?
He's on the Bears now.
The Bears.
Chicago, yeah.
But is he going to keep that though? Because what's his name?
Nah, he's
showed
a
a lot of
placeholder.
promise.
He's a placeholder.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, you're the coach. Let's say Chicago
Of the Bears?
goes. Yeah, you're the coach of the Bears. Let's say the first half of the season, Chicago goes something around 5-2, 6-2. What do you do? Are we still riding with Andy Dalton?
If the Red Rocket is winning, you let him keep winning until he lose.
Okay.
I mean, if you ask
Here's the question. Do the Bears have any nationally televised games?
I'm sure maybe one.
Bench him on those games because he's not going to show up.
So, all right. So if Chicago is winning, but Dalton is playing bad, the defense is carrying him.
Then you got to replace him.
I'm about to say, do you bench him or do you still let it ride?
Nah, if he's not the one getting you the wins, because the crazy thing about Andy Dalton, and I watched it for years, when he's on, he's a top 15 quarterback. When he's on, like when he's locked in and on, there were years where he looked like he was going to take us but there's always that moment in the season where he goes from being on to off. And once he's off, he's a bottom 3 quarterback.
Well, that's the thing.
And you never know when that switch is going to happen. It might come out of nowhere. He might just throw 2-3 interceptions in a game and then it's switched. Or, it wasn't really his fault, but the year he broke his pinky. And when he tried to come back, he was done after that. He's just got this on-off switch. So if he's not playing well and you're winning, you got to get him out of there because he's going to find you ways to lose when he's off.
Yeah, but the problem is right now in Chicago, they don't have that AJ Green type player.
AJ Green made that man's career. Can we talk a second how much better AJ Green would have been had anybody else been throwing him the ball all those years? Shout outs to AJ Green, man. One of my favorite players of all time.
But honestly, first sign of weakness, I'm pulling Andy Dalton though. If I'm the Chicago,
you have to.
First, they go 0-2 or they go 0-1. I'm throwing Justin Fields out there and riding and seeing what he could do. You drafted him high for a reason.
Shit, we might put Justin Fields in week 1 at the second half.
I wouldn't blame them if they did. Honestly, why take a draft pick like that?
Yeah, I mean, what pick was he? He was high, right? He was a high pick?
He was first round, I think.
He was a first round pick. I just don't remember what number he went.
What's his name? What's his first name again?
Justin
Fields, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was 11th overall.
Yep.
11th overall. I'm starting him week 1. I mean, they want to give Andy Dalton the benefit of the doubt. Go right ahead, but I wouldn't trust it.
It's like any given Sunday when you got the washed up quarterback who's too old and the young kid who need to come in. Just let the man start, man. Don't wait for the old man to get injured. Andy, an old man at this point. Don't wait for him to look bad and get injured, man. Just throw the young kid in and let him ball. You ride or you die by it. Like, that whole era of you draft a quarterback and you stack them for a year or two, let them learn. That era is over. It's just you draft someone with promise, you throw them out there, you see what happens, and you roll the dice one way or another. That's just the style of the game now.
I agree. You roll the dice, like you say. Roll that dice.
How many years did Steve Young sit behind Joe Montana?
That I don't remember. I don't think it was as many as Aaron did with Brett.
Yeah,
I think Steve sat behind Joe maybe 3 years.
Something like that.
Something like that. How long was Rodgers behind Brett?
It was like 4 years. It feels like
maybe 4 or 5 years.
Because they kept thinking Favre was going to retire, and he kept sticking around. It's like eventually, like they're honestly lucky that Rodgers stuck around as long as he did. But again, it was a different mindset. They had him. Probably had the battery in his back. You got to believe it. You're gonna be learning from watching this man, and you're gonna be better for it. And maybe he is. Maybe Aaron Rodgers doesn't become the same quarterback that he became without watching Brett Favre. I don't know.
I don't know. I think if you got the talent, it don't matter who you watch. You're gonna go out there and perform.
Yeah, like he said, Brady only got in, but Brady wasn't a high draft pick, but he only got his chance because was it Drew Bledsoe?
Yeah, Drew went down.
Vinny Testaverde, I ain't heard that name in a long time.
Who the hell is Vinny Testaverde?
That's Joe would appreciate that name right there.
That's the jersey Joe be wearing.
Oh man,
Testaverde Joe.
I hope he heard that one too. Probably not. Hopefully not. He's supposed to be doing some responsible things right now. Hopefully, he got us in the earbud or something.
Maybe. Hope so.
So, again, I want to remind everybody you are listening to Shoot Your Shot Podcast, episode 26. We here. Joe hopefully will be joining us in the next 10-15 minutes. We got a special guest, King Vic, in the building, filling in for Joe for a little bit. We ain't let Vic see the papers though. He ain't seen no papers. He ain't seen no accounts. Nothing. He just clicked the link and that's it, bro.
Yep, all I did. Click the link, click green screen, put my background up, and I'm done.
So I was hoping Joe would be here right now before we started making predictions, but maybe he'll hop in, like I said, soon. So we got some Florida team bias going on in the chat right now. Rays, like we got Dolphin talk, Rays talk. Y'all all in on the Florida teams right now.
The Rays actually might go back to the series. They're annoying. They are annoying.
Are they still the Tampa Bay Rays?
No. Yeah, I'm bugging. They're still the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah. What is it now? It's the Miami Marlins, right?
Miami Marlins.
I gotta say, I'm not a baseball, guy, but that was just one of the worst team rebrands in the history of rebrands.
All right, so
give me the Florida Marlins, those OG Florida Marlin black hats with the teal and silver Marlin and the Florida F. That shit was classic. Whatever the shit is now is trash. They need to go back.
That's what, teal and orange now?
Teal and orange.
And I'm an orange, I like orange. Bengals, Knicks, I'm all for orange, but nah, they did it wrong. They went backwards. Bring it back. Like Charlotte had to do.
Seems like orange is the color of losing. Mets, Knicks, Bengals, Broncos. Can keep going on.
The Broncos aren't losers.
Yeah, when they won.
Broncos, John Elway. Was that? Nah, Peyton got him one.
How long ago was that?
It feel like forever ago.
Didn't get nobody none. That defense got him one.
Yeah. I was actually about to say that was one of the worst Super Bowls I've ever watched. That one was so bad.
I don't know who the hell did they play that year. I don't even remember.
Was it Seattle?
Yeah, it was Seattle because wasn't that
the year? No, Carolina. It was Carolina.
Was it Carolina?
That was when Cam stunk it up.
Nah.
Carolina.
I don't think that was Carolina.
Oh,
Nah,
we're gonna
Cam
find
played
out.
against the Pats. That was against New England. No, I'm bugging.
Hold on.
I gotta stay off the drugs.
Joe would know this. That
I
was Super
cannot
Bowl
remember.
50. Yeah, it was the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, it was.
Broncos
Oh,
Panthers.
wow.
Yep. Ended 24-10. Super Bowl 50. Yeah.
And when that
MVP.
year
Yeah,
he was,
MVP was Von Miller. They didn't even give Peyton the MVP.
well, wasn't he hurt almost all year? And that backup they had that year,
You talking
Yeah.
about Peyton?
yeah, Peyton was out until like the playoffs or some shit.
He still was injured. He played like crap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they rushed him back for the playoffs, and he played
Yeah.
like crap throughout the playoffs.
Yeah, that defense carried him all the way to the bank.
Yeah, that was the year that made Von Miller. Von Miller was like on the cusp of that superstar status, and then when Cam didn't go for that fumble, that was like the beginning of the end for Cam.
Yeah,
I don't know if he read the tabloids and let it get to his head. They was calling him soft. They was calling him all kinds of shit. That was the beginning of the end for Cam right there.
That's that diva mentality.
That's like all you young kids out there, when your coach tells you, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, when every play matters, whether it's the game or outside the game. You don't put that all that effort in for every play, you might as well not even play. That shit matters. You know, even on the professional level, like, you never know that one, you don't die for that fumble or that missed free throw or whatever, could change the game. So,
could completely change the tides.
Yep. So we're gonna talk this episode.
and got the weekend hair and never came back.
Cam will be back.
Yeah.
He'll be back, not just a starter though.
Not
But
just the starter.
Does his ego allow him to not be a starter?
At this age, I say no, because I think he's relatively still young. What is he? He's 32.
That's still young, not for his style of quarterback, but for a quarterback that's still young.
I mean, I'm sure he's better than at least 10 quarterbacks that's starting. I'll give him 10.
Yeah, I would say so.
I mean, I would be looking for a starting job.
Yeah, I mean, he was on the face of billboards but 5 years ago. Like, you can't, the way he's got to look at it is he not falling off that hard in 5 years. Like,
No,
he's got to have that attitude. Like you said, there's at least 10. I think he already came out and said it. There's not 32 quarterbacks that's better than him.
no.
It's just a matter of the right situation, the right this, the right that. That's like I said. If you a team like the Giants, or like I said before, last episode, the Steelers, or I forgot the other teams that I mentioned, or Oakland or Las Vegas, Washington. The ball don't bounce the right way. For one of those teams, they got to give them a shot. You got to. You'd be stupid not to at least give them a shot. Because you already know, for the most part, those second and third string quarterbacks, man, their confidence is already pretty shaken. Once the team decides, like, when it's close, when it's a close race, not when you've got a solidified superstar, but those close battles, they're like, hey, you're pretty much saying, like, we don't believe you're that guy. That's what you say. You're saying to a second, third string quarterback. So you already shook. I'm not expecting the guy who's starting the season already shook to be the guy that brings us back from nothing. So you got to go with a big shot and take a chance on Cam. That was just like the year when Ben Roethlisberger got hurt, and instead of saying, "Hey, whoever you guys are, we're gonna take a chance on Mike Vick," like people don't remember that Mike Vick in Pittsburgh year because it was really bad, but they thought that was better than any of the choices they had on the bench. So,
I remember.
Sometimes you just gotta make the big play and try to bring somebody in.
I'm sure somebody will take a crack at him.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. I mean, that's the style of play. No one should be surprised at this point that Cam Newton can't throw accurately and he runs. That's who he is. That's who he's always going to be. He's been in the league 10 plus years. You are who you are at a certain point. So,
Pretty much.
any NFL team knows what they're getting from him. There shouldn't be any surprise that he's going to try to use his legs and his accuracy is not going to, be the upper echelon of the league. You got to take his chance.
He's not going to sit in the pocket.
No.
They say your boy Daniel Jones ain't accurate, but he don't got the legs to escape. So it's like, take what you got to, take what you got to take.
Oh, no, he definitely got the legs. You don't remember that 60-plus yard touchdown he ran last season?
You talking about the one he tripped over his own 2 feet?
Yeah, the one he tripped over.
Man tripped over a ghost.
He definitely got the legs.
He gonna have to show us. He gonna have to show us because right now he ain't it.
Offensive line plays like they did last year. Hell, he gonna have to show us.
I'm rooting for Daniel Jones. That giant got a lot of offensive weapons, so I'm rooting for him.
There was immediately like the hatred of an entire fan base got placed on him the second he got drafted. So I can't even imagine the pressure that guy must feel every Sunday.
Well, they drafted him too high.
Oh, well, thank you, whoever that is. I like you too.
Yeah, that's the homie Justin. That's the dude said Joe said he was hiding last week.
No, I mean, listen, if like Vic said, if Daniel Jones, what was his turnovers last season? Was it in the high 20s?
No, it was 11, I think. I think he had 10 touchdowns and 11 interceptions.
If he can double the touchdowns and cut the INTs in half, I mean, that's definitely heading in the right direction.
He was 11 and 10, 11 touchdowns, 10 interceptions.
All right, I had it backwards. Look, the one that pissed me off the most last year was very first game against Pittsburgh. He's on the 10-yard line and he throws a pick. No Giants in the area, 3 Steelers. Like, come on. It wasn't going to be a good year when your QB does that.
Yeah, he did have quite a few fumbles, though.
Yeah.
He had 11 fumbles.
So he had
lost 6. Yeah. And he had 18 fumbles his first year.
You got to cut that in half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to cut those fumbles down. I mean, I'm sure a lot of that's probably him getting blindsided from the weak line, but
boy, he hasn't had a good line since he came into the NFL.
And I'm sorry, but that name Danny Dimes cannot apply. You got to actually throw dimes consistently to be Danny Dimes.
Danny turnover.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So
that's
35 turnovers in his career, trash. Yeah. Again, though, you don't know how many of those was him getting blindsided from the weak O line. I get it. You don't want to see that early on.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Like Vic said, I think this is his make or break season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to give. I mean, a quarterback is the hardest position to play in sports. No,
I agree. And remember, he had no offensive line. He lost Saquon last season. The running game wasn't there, so
they had no receivers.
I give him the benefit of the doubt. This is definitely make or break.
Your number one last year was Golden Tate. What kind of number one is that?
Yeah.
Like the only thing that happened good was Darius Slayton and what's his name, Sterling Shepard, because Evan Ingram couldn't catch a pass to save his life.
Oh, I know.
He barely played.
Yeah.
He can't catch or he can't come on the field. It's one or the other.
Yeah.
I just had to make a very, very big trade on my fantasy team to obtain the tight end because of the inconsistency of Ernie Ingram's play. He destroyed. He lost me too many games, whether not being in, and I didn't have a suitable backup, or again when he did play, so many targets. No, he'd end up with like 2 catches, 18 yards on like 15 targets.
Oh, Ingram?
Yeah, Ingram was bad last year. But so
Oh, I
Sino
know.
says in the chat that they need to trade him. Who's going to take him?
Ingram?
Yeah, it's not like he gives any benefit to anybody. You got to cut that dude.
Listen,
Oh
Nobody's going to
shit!
trade
Hold on,
him.
we gotta interrupt this for breaking news. Joe is back in the building.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
but Vic, back to what you just said. New England, Bill Belichick will figure it out.
Yeah,
He always do. So hey, why not? And New England will probably trade you 10 draft picks for him.
probably. But knowing Bill
Yeah.
Belichick, they'll trade him like 6th and 7th round picks. You ain't getting nothing from Bill.
At all.
Bill stingy.
Nobody.
Yep.
He's stingy.
So, Joe, I know you got to hear kind of a little bit of what we're talking about. We've been bullshitting, and talking mainly the Giants, a little Bengals, a little 49ers. Your Jets came up a little bit, but since you didn't defend them, we didn't try to defend them either. So we got. So we're gonna get to it then. Since you're here now, we'll get into some predictions. We're gonna start with who makes the playoffs. We'll start in the NFC. So we'll start with the wild card matchup, and then the 4 other slots.
I believe it's 7 per conference, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you got the 4 division winners, and then 3 playoff teams or whatever. I believe something like that.
Okay, so we kind of already then should. Well, I guess we could redo the division winners, because essentially, if we already picked our divisions, we would already have our 4 spots. But we'll redo it just so we have a little something to go off of. And I'm because I didn't write it down last episode, so I'll write these down so we can see who was the most correct overall and for the playoffs. So Joe disappeared. So Vic, we'll start with you. Who you got? That's a whole long comment.
Good Lord.
Yeah, that's Justin. Yes, I'm not going to read that, but Vic, I'll let you read that.
No, I agree with everything he said. Actually,
Yeah.
I think Daniel Jones has the ability. Also, like I said, this is his make or break season.
Mhm.
Yeah, you got to do something. New York sports is only going to tolerate you losing for so long until they get you up out of there.
But
Whether the next option is any better, the media and all that, they put too much pressure on them, and they get the motherfuckers out of there.
not Giants though.
Whoever just said Miami's winning the AFC East, I got.
Are we back to this?
20. I got a 20.
It's a 12 pack of cherry Pepsi.
Oh
We already did
damn!
this.
Oh shit! Damn. So my 20 not good.
Hey, I'm not in on the bet.
That's easy money right there.
No, but
Yeah.
JR, to comment on what you said just now, look at how long they rode Eli, and Eli didn't have a good season in his last 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, but that's because he was, he got you more than y'all ever thought he was going to get you. That was out of respect. That's all that was.
It was, but you didn't even try looking for a quarterback in those years.
Because you can't disrespect the God. You can't disrespect Eli. Like
the God, the defense has won those Super Bowls.
Eli's doo-doo.
Hey, man, those are some of the best Super Bowls I've ever watched in my life.
Oh hell yeah!
Because they beat the Patriots.
Watch
Yeah.
Tom Brady go 18-1 and cry in the middle of the field.
That was hilarious. And where I grew up in Florida, there's a lot of pretend out of nowhere New England fans during that time. So when you watch those kinds of games with New England fans and see their dreams just get crushed, and it's by Eli Manning, like there's no not being able to see my team ever win a Super Bowl or play in a Super Bowl as of yet. It's the best joy I've ever gotten from watching a Super Bowl.
Wait, did somebody in the comments say the Giants got him a line.
The Giants got who a line? An offensive line?
Yeah,
I believe they talking about Danny. I think they talking about Danny. They saying the Giants. Yeah, the Giants got Danny the line.
The line looked trash in preseason.
I think he's talking about a line of coke.
That's what I think he's talking about.
That might be it.
Danny Lines. Danny Lines.
Oh, he said
Danny.
Okay.
Danny Dimes of lines. But all right. So you wanted my playoff this playoff stuff here, right?
Yeah, we're gonna start that off. I know everybody hot on the Giants. Yeah, we got hella Giants fans in this group somehow.
That's good. Bookmark them. Bookmark them. Don't worry. We with the shits for the next 19 weeks, baby. We with it, baby. We're gonna be keeping track, paying attention. I love all this Giant energy. I want to know. I hope it doesn't die down by week 10. And
if your team is trash,
I mean, look, man. I'm not a delusional fan. I know where my team stands. If y'all can read it, what that say?
6-11.
6-11. And that's hope. That's hope right there. I'm hoping they go 6-11. So if they could go 6-11, that's a step up because what they went last year, 4-12. So if they could go 6-11, that's a step up.
Look, no matter what,
we're gonna get to our predictions for our own personal teams. We're gonna end with today. But first, let's get playoff predictions. So again, if any of our predictions are different than Tuesday, because a lot of things have changed since Tuesday, actually, we won't bring it back to the tapes. We'll make this our official division winner predictions and playoff predictions. So let's start with the two. Let's see. My bad. The two wild card teams on the AFC. Vic, who you got?
Which Vic?
You.
Oh, the two wild cards. I'm gonna go
on the AFC. AFC. Give me AFC first.
I'm gonna go Patriots Chargers.
All right. Heads.
Isn't it 3
for the wild card?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
no.
I thought it was 7 teams, four divisions and 3 playoffs.
Yes,
three wild card, four division.
Yeah, so 3.
You get 1 bye week, I think it is this year, and then you got the 3 other teams that play games.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so who's your other wild card team then, Vic?
Pittsburgh.
All right, Joe.
I got the Chargers, Colts, and Ravens.
Even after today's news, you got the Ravens in there?
Yeah, I mean, because I don't trust Pittsburgh. Even though they have a good defense, I just don't trust that offense to generate anything. And I think they'll lose a lot of head-to-head matchups when it comes to Baltimore, Cincinnati, and Cleveland. I just don't see them beating those teams in their division. So I got them slotting, into 3rd place. So I'm still ride with the Ravens. I know they suffered a couple of injuries today. They were big, but I got inside word that say that they're not going to be game changers. So,
there it is. So we'll go with that. Well, I heard some news too that broke yesterday. You want to get into it real quick, or you want to?
Go ahead, man.
Or you want to let that go? Go ahead, let it go, man. You got the insiders.
Go ahead. Break your news. What's your news?
So I read yesterday that they already signed Le'Veon Bell, or they bringing him in.
I mean,
Does that matter? Does it
talking about the
not? I
Ravens?
mean,
I don't
Yeah,
think that
Ravens.
matters.
so who
I
are
don't-
you talking about then?
I was saying how they suffered a couple of injuries, but I mean,
The Ravens.
I'm hearing that the Ravens can plug any running back into their situation, and everything will be everything. So let's see what happens.
Um,
I look at it like if Lamar is going to be Lamar and he finally has someone to throw to, they should be pretty good.
what about Mark Ingram? You think they'd take a flyer and bring him back? He hasn't signed with anybody, I don't think.
I don't know, man. Running backs is like,
from Mark.
yeah, I don't know, man. I think that's it for him.
All right. So King Vic, who you got? Who's your three? Who's your three AFC wild card?
Yeah, give me Steelers, Colts, and the Dolphins.
We got Miami.
All right. You're gonna make a lot of people happy in this group chat here today. I'm actually gonna ride with you on the Dolphins. I'm gonna go Chargers, and then I'm gonna surprise a lot of people here, and I'm gonna go the Cincinnati Bengals because I think it's over for Baltimore. And now I think we could definitely finish second place because I don't fear the Steelers this year. So I'm gonna be optimistic and say we could sneak in barely and maybe take that wild card spot. Maybe.
Yo, Vic's face as soon as he said that.
I know. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for him.
Oh, that's oof.
Hey man,
Right, but hold on.
If there's any year that it can happen with all this happened with the Ravens the past couple of days, with everything that they're saying about Pittsburgh, if there was ever a year for it to happen, again, I'm not delusional. I don't think we have a shot at anything real. But anything can happen.
All right, here's the thing, JR. Not only would you have to finish with a better record than the Ravens and the Steelers, but you assume that they're going to have a better record than the Patriots and the Raiders as well.
Maybe throw the Broncos in there.
I don't see the Raiders doing anything. I don't see the Broncos doing anything. The Patriots are always going to be a question mark because of Bill Belichick. So
because last episode that was your sneak team, the Patriots.
No, it was not.
I could have sworn you said the Patriots was going to have a bounce back season and make the playoffs.
No, sir, that was not me.
You didn't say that last episode?
Nah, bro. You roll the tapes back. I never say that. The most I give him is what I just gave him.
All right. Well, that's good. Let's see what happens.
And again, I'm not saying it's like I'm confident in the pick. I'm just saying there's a chance. It's my team. Why the fuck not? That's the route I'm going.
So you got the Bengals over the Ravens for a wild card spot, right?
Yeah.
So that means who wins the division?
The Browns. We were gonna get there.
So
but
that means who's the team you picked for the disappointment?
Things changed. The team that I picked for a surprise was the Ravens.
All that shit switched because he gave Lamar Jackson comeback there. Like
you can't expect me to feel the same after they lose 3 running backs. Like it's not going to be it.
I like
but
that.
We already know they don't have any receivers. They have a tight end. If Lamar Jackson ain't got nobody, he's not going to be able to put up numbers. If they don't respect the running back, they don't have to fear him as much.
They still got their number 1 running back,
Lamar.
Yeah,
Lamar
exactly.
Jackson.
So
I don't think anything.
Injuries changed the game.
I don't think anything has really changed in Baltimore as far as the running back. Like, has they running backs been rushing for 1,000+ yards in any of these years?
No.
Yeah,
No.
but you gotta respect the running back. It's not
really.
they
Like we was respecting Mark Ingram for the last 3 years.
And then their run scheme is different than
it's like a option. It's like
a read option.
You think
exactly
Lamar's gonna keep
it's a read option. If they don't give a damn who the running back is, they gonna focus on Lamar and he's not gonna be able to do shit.
But that's what's been going on for the last 3 seasons. You don't really care who the running back is. It's stop Lamar Jackson.
You just plug it in.
Nah, I think it's gonna make a difference. I think it's gonna take a hit.
I hope
with an offense that is that, and I won't even say with an offense that's already not working with much. 1 or 2 little changes to what your plan was with starting caliber players is going to matter. 1 or 2 more players get hurt on that offense, and that's it. If they lose a lineman, if they lose, God forbid, if they lose that tight end, it's it. It's over. Who else outside of Andrews on that and Lamar Jackson on that offense is a name that everybody knows? You know, a Pro Bowl caliber player. You know, somebody that
they just sign a wide receiver.
I mean, if he was that good, we know his name, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's supposed to. Didn't they just sign a big name wide receiver to finally help Lamar Jackson get someone to throw to or something like that?
I forgot who they signed.
I don't know.
I know you're not talking about Sammy Watkins.
That's what they signed, right?
Yeah, they signed Sammy Watkins.
Yeah, they signed Sammy.
Yeah. They signed Sammy Watkins.
Come on. If they relying on Sammy Watkins, nah, man.
Listen, but look at it. Let's not act like Sammy Watkins don't have talent. He just had to get out of KC. There's too much going on. It's too much going on in KC for him to get the ball. Like they just not giving him the ball. I don't know, man. Like I don't know, man. I mean, like ain't nothing about Cincinnati is jumping off the page as well. Like their offense is pretty much. You know, you got a good defense. Like, you got a good defense. But as far as offense goes, like, there's nothing jumping out on offense. Like, you know, who's your running back? Who's the Cincinnati Bengals running back?
Joe Mixon. What are you talking about?
Joe Mixon.
He's a top 10 running back.
Hold on. He's a top 10 running back in the league?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
You going to argue that he's not? Yes.
Yeah.
So
busy.
Other than last year, which he was injured pretty much the whole year.
How long he been in the league? He only got what? How many years he been in the league?
4 years, I think. I think this will be his
4 years. So how many Pro Bowls has he made?
Who cares? We just talked about who cares about Pro Bowls last week. Don't giggle over here. Like, we don't give a fuck about Pro Bowls. I know that he rushed for over 1,000 yards every year and double-digit touchdowns those 3 years. If that ain't top 10 running back, I don't know what is. With shitty offensive lines. So same with Tyler Boyd. He might not be a big name, over 1,000-yard receiving every year. He gets you touchdowns. We got more on the offense than the Ravens do, other than Lamar Jackson and the tight end. We are tight end is definitely a weak spot for us.
Lamar Jackson is a playmaker.
Joe Burrow is.
We'll see.
Again, do I have them making the Super Bowl? Do I even have them getting out of the wild card round? Nah, but I could throw them in there. It's not that ill-perceived that they could fuck around and make a wild card.
Anything's possible on any given Sunday.
Everybody's 0-0 right now.
Except for the Cowboys.
Yeah, the Cowboys have officially been eliminated from the playoffs already.
Yeah. Sorry, Dallas.
All right. So then let's bring that. We'll bring it back around to basically our division winners, the other 4 teams that will be in the playoffs. Vic, let's start with you.
Wait, say that again. I'm sorry.
The other 4 teams that'll be in the playoffs for the AFC. So your division winners.
Who was my division winners? Buffalo, Cleveland. Damn.
The
Buffalo,
Titans and the Chiefs.
The Titans and the Chiefs. Yeah, there we go.
All right, Joe.
It's pretty much the same. Well, it is
Yeah.
the same. The Bills, the Browns, the Titans, and the Chiefs.
I think these are no-brainers.
Yeah, that's no different with me.
All right, so we all got the same. As far as that's concerned, so we'll move it over to the NFC. Let's see. Oops. My bad. Like I said, I'm just writing this all down. So we got proof for the end of the year and see who's the most wrong, which will probably be me, but that's okay.
I mean, I think if you was to change that Cincinnati pick, you would be right up there with us.
Yeah.
But if I did, then I wouldn't be being true to myself. So let's go with the NFC Wild Cards. Joe, who you got?
I got the Seahawks, the Bears, and the Vikings.
Seahawks, Bears. Well, we were actually talking about the Bears earlier with Andy Dalton. How long do you think Andy Dalton's the starting quarterback in Chicago?
I say 3 to 4 weeks.
So you think ultimately it's the rookie's team though?
Yeah.
Yeah, we pretty much all agree that he's just a placeholder for right now.
Yeah.
All right. So then, Vic, who's your wild card for the NFC?
I got the Bears, Falcons, and the Rams.
You said Bears, Falcons, and Rams?
Yep. Don't sleep on that Atlanta pick.
And who you got winning that division if the Rams not in the wild card?
Did he
He
really?
got his team. Y'all dudes is like loving y'all squads a little too much here, man. Like, jeez Louise, man. You got the Bengals going to the playoffs. He got the 49ers winning the division. Like,
between those two, which one is more believable?
And the Jets making the playoffs. None of them shits are believable. Like,
San Francisco winning the division is not believable?
No, it's not believable. Not with the Rams just getting Matthew Stafford. They just upgraded their quarterback full fold. Like how can you? They won a division last year with fucking Jared Goff.
Okay.
So they upgraded their quarterback, and you think they're gonna take a step back?
Yeah, but
No,
Matt Stafford's gonna. Oh, go ahead, Vic.
I don't think they're going to take a step back. But San Francisco
Them not winning. The Rams not winning the division would be a step back. They won a division last year.
What was their record?
12-4.
They'll still be 12-4. That's not taking a step back, is what I meant. Record wise.
So the 49ers are going to be what, 13-4 or 12 or 14-3?
Something around there.
Well, I mean, they could potentially go both 12-4 and win the head-to-head.
The head-to-head. Hey, you got to have confidence in your team.
Well, actually, no. Wouldn't it be 12-5?
12-5.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 12-5.
I keep forgetting about the 17 games this year.
Yeah, that's messing me up too. We got Joe heated. He came in and got mad real early today. Well, I love it.
We did have the most injuries last year. We had like 11 starters on the IR.
It's a new year though. Y'all gonna be right. King Vic, who you got as your NFC wild card?
All right. I got the 49ers, I got Washington, and I got Chicago.
A lot of love for the Bears. Maybe I'm missing something with the Bears, but I got the Minnesota Vikings, the Falcons, and the 49ers.
See that Atlanta pick.
Yeah, I think Atlanta might surprise a lot of people. I think Calvin Ridley gonna have a big year, not in Julio's shadow. That's gonna be interesting.
Who's going 17-0?
Who's
That's
going?
Derek. That's a Dolphins fan. Don't listen to him.
Oh, okay.
Derek, you know better than that. He's Joe getting on his Stephen A. Smith on it. All right. So we got the NFC. Who's Joe? Who's your division winners in the NFC?
Washington, the Packers, Bucks, and the Rams.
Vic?
49ers, Packers, Bucks. What's the other division? Oh yeah, I get Washington. I keep forgetting that division.
It's an easy division to forget.
If Miami goes 17-0, I'll send you a check and you can write the amount you want on it. A blank check.
I give you my social security number, my bank card number, PIN number. You can have all that shit and just ball out, nigga. Ball till you fall, bro.
All right, Vic, who you got? I suspect we already know one.
Yeah, we already know one. I'm going Giants, Packers, Bucks, and Rams.
I think we might be exactly the same. Let me look. Yeah, I'm going Giants, Packers, Bucks, and Rams. So yeah, we exactly the same. All right. So with that being said, and we'll get it going. So who are your AFC and NFC Super Bowl participants? Joe, we will start with you.
I'm going to go the Rams versus the Bills.
Rams versus Bills.
Yep. Rams versus the Bills.
That would actually be a very exciting game. That's two very high-powered offenses going up against each other with some stout defenses. And as a matter of fact, both of my defenses in fantasy football, I got the Rams and Bills on my team. So that's a great pick, Joe. I might have to change my pick.
Sorry if I'm being realistic here, guys.
How boring are you? Boo.
Fuck it, the Jets versus the Giants.
Who you got winning then out of the Rams and Buffalo?
I got the Rams. That's my Super Bowl winners.
All right, Vic, who you got in the Super Bowl?
I got the 49ers and the Chiefs.
And this time the 49ers win?
Of course we win. We should have won 2020. Fucking Jimmy G, you bastard.
King Vic, what about you? Who's in the Super Bowl for you?
No, I'm going Packers and Bills.
Ooh, that'd be a nice one. Two gunslingers.
And who you got winning?
I'm taking the Bills.
Damn, Aaron Rodgers loses again? Damn. He just can't get it right. Aaron Rodgers just can't get it right, boy. Shit, he can't even win and ride off into the sunset as a winner. You gonna retire a loser? Damn.
He'd be all right.
Fuck.
So I'm going to go 49ers and Bengals in the. I'm just playing.
You want to see Joe go crazy right now?
No, I'm actually going to agree with Joe. I'm taking the Rams and the Bills. I think that Tom Brady magic in Tampa is going to be over. I don't think it's going to be as good as they were last year. And I think Kansas City might suffer from a little bit of a hangover from last year too. So I'm going Rams and Bills, and you took the Rams. So just so we're not exactly the same, I'm gonna take Buffalo to win. Which would be a pretty interesting story. But I mean, what is it? Buffalo, they lost how many times? Like last second Super Bowls, it's been like 2 or 3.
4 in a row.
4 in a row, baby. Jim Kelly, 0 for 4.
Kelly days.
Jim Kelly, 0 for 4.
Another overrated
That's rough.
quarterback.
If they win it though, they gotta like sign him for a day and give him the ring, or if he's not involved in that team in some way, that they gotta give him something. They got to. Just like when the Colts give Edgerrin James a ring because he did.
The funny thing is, if I'm not mistaken, I believe they were the favorite all 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah,
or 3 of them, or 3 of the 4, something like that. I think the only underdog they were up against was the Cowboys when they lost to the Cowboys. But I believe most of the Super Bowls, they were the favorite to win. Because that Giant team wasn't even supposed to be there.
Nope, they weren't.
You know,
if the Bucs and the Dolphins play each other in the Super Bowl, it just end it all.
Yo, Florida Rednecks will be out in forces if that happens. That will be the craziest. Where's the Super Bowl this year?
Not in Florida.
Oh.
They would play Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
They'd have to. Jim Carrey
for like 3 days. They'll play that shit for like 3 days in a row.
No, they're gonna play it for 24 hours straight, like on
24
Christmas.
hours straight, bro, on TBS. That should be on TBS, 24 hours straight.
Super Bowl this year is in Inglewood.
Oh, shit.
All right.
California?
Well, that would be, yeah.
There you go, Vic. That's perfect for your 49ers.
We'll be there.
You got to get past the Rams.
The other way around.
So there we go. We have predicted pretty much the whole damn season for y'all, all the way down to your Super Bowl winners.
Damn, that's a lot of variance. We don't want that.
You gonna get a Dolphin variant?
We don't want that.
So I guess the last thing that we have to do is predict records for our personal teams. Joe, I know you already have yours ready to go, so I'm gonna make you go last or something because I don't know if everybody else got it ready. Do y'all have a record for your teams up already?
Yeah.
All right, Vic, I'll let you go first. What's your team's record going to be?
13-4.
You want to back that up any?
I'm going to write that down as well. Hold on, because I got them.
Bearing no injuries, 13-4.
All right.
The talent is on the field, man. Y'all keep forgetting we didn't lose no one.
All right. I mean, hey, it is what it is. I mean, you got your team winning the Super Bowl, so it only makes sense y'all have a pretty good record like that. King Vic, what you got for your Giants?
I'm gonna go 12-5.
12-5. That's I want to get Joe's reaction to that one.
This dude just said the Giants are going 12-5.
Well, hold on. Look at the schedule. The Broncos first, which I think could be a very winnable game.
Oh, I got y'all winning game 1. I have y'all winning game 1 versus the Broncos.
You got Washington second.
Y'all gonna lose that.
They went 1-1 last year with Washington.
Y'all gonna lose that game against Washington.
I disagree, but Falcons third.
Y'all gonna lose that game against the Falcons.
I don't know. I disagree there too. I think our first loss will come against the Saints.
In what week?
Week 4.
The Saints is not going to be that great of a team. So if you feel you could beat the Falcons, why you feel you can't beat the Saints? What the Saints got that the Falcons don't have?
That home field advantage that game.
Saints still got a great defense.
Yeah.
And do you not see who their quarterback is? Come on, man. Jameis out there. Put some respect on his name.
Or they got crab legs everywhere in Louisiana.
There we go.
All right, just for the record, I got the 49ers going 10-7 and the Giants going 9-8. So we'll see.
I need these drugs.
Now, I need that shit y'all on. Like, god damn, bro. Like the Giants, hold on. The Giants won what? 5 games last season?
No, what you talking about?
6.
We won one more game than that. Give us credit.
All right, so y'all went 6 and 10.
I thought it was 6 and 10. Yeah, 6 and 10.
All right,
Yeah,
y'all went 6 and 10. So you think it's going to be a 7-game turnaround, a 6-7 game turnaround?
I could think they could turn it around. I mean, they bolstered up the defense, like I said at the beginning, and outside of the offensive line, they did some big moves on offense. So that offensive line can hold up. You got your running back that just came back. You added weapons on the wide receiver, and then you added a good blocking and catching tight end. They could turn that 6 games around. And you got to think, most of the games they lost last year only were close games. They weren't.
That's the
blowout
Giants.
games.
That's the Giants, though. The Giants rarely get. But this is what I'm saying. Every year, y'all don't get blown out. Really, y'all lose games by 3 points, a field goal, 4 points, a blown touchdown. That's the way y'all lose. Y'all lose that. So y'all gonna lose 7 or 8 games, and 4 or 5 of them are gonna be the same way. Like nothing's gonna change.
That's what I'm saying. It's the offensive line. That's what matters with the Giants. That's what mattered last year. Daniel Jones throwing picks and fumbles because of the offensive line.
Hey, we'll see.
All right, yeah, JR, because you another one. You got your team going to the playoffs, possibly winning the division. So, what we got for the Bengals? What you got the Bengals going?
I'm going a modest 10-7 with a 1 or 2 game swing backwards. I don't think we win more than 10 games.
Okay, I got y'all going 9-8, so that's a little better. That's realistic.
And I still think we obviously can make the playoffs with that record.
It's a possibility.
All right. Well, you ain't mad at me. I ain't get yelled after that one, so I'm
not gonna go crazy with that one. It's not too far. It's not too far off of reality.
What you got with the Jets?
Well, I'm gonna go with the narrative, and I'm gonna say 11-5 now. Fuck it. Like, if you guys can do it, then why the fuck can I? Like, we got a better quarterback. Zach Wilson is way better than Sam Darnold. You know, we got a year more experience in every position. You know what I'm saying? Even though we really didn't upgrade in every position, but guys,
y'all got my boy on defense, Carl Lawson, right?
I ain't worried about him. One man doesn't make a difference in football.
I'm asking. That's where he went, right?
Yeah, I believe so. But one man doesn't make a difference in football.
No, I'm just saying. Just beware. That man is a monster. I don't know why we let him go.
Former Cincinnati. I knew he was a former Cincinnati Bengal the way he was going crazy. But anyway, you know, we really didn't upgrade any position, but you know, guys are a year older, a year more experienced, so that's an upgrade. You know what I'm saying? I'll take that. And if you look at the rest of the division, everyone is getting weaker. You know, the Patriots they gotten weaker. You know, with Mac Jones as their quarterback, I don't have no faith or no trust in him yet. We got rid of Adam Gase, so that's like, oh my goodness, those are huge plus signs right there. as we gotten a year older and a year more experience, other teams have gotten a year older and a year closer to retirement. So, they're old. Those guys are old. Josh Allen is a year old, so he's a year older towards retirement, and I don't see him putting up the numbers that he put up last season. So, they're going to take a step back. So, I got the Jets going 11-6 this year.
So 6-11 then, right?
Yeah, there you go. I got the Jets going 6-11, which would still be a freaking upgrade in the plus from what we did last season. 6-11 for the Jets.
Ryan, I'm sorry to tell you, man, they're not going 17-0. The Bucs will not be 17-0.
Surely not.
If they do, they're gonna lose in the Super Bowl again.
Yeah, I don't think that team cares about going 17-0.
Yeah, I think you would rather get that loss out your system, man. Get that shit out your system.
It's too much pressure, but you
Don't go.
That's a lot of
pressure.
pressure.
To the playoffs without a loss, like that's a lot of pressure, man. You don't want that. You don't want that pressure.
Experienced that.
Yeah, I'll take that. Any amount of money or Pepsi you want to bet up, Ryan. I will take it.
Chat today.
I got a quarter.
So there it is. We got all of our records locked down. We got the playoffs locked down. We got the Super Bowl locked down. Before we get out of here, I'll just ask y'all, what do you think the biggest storyline ends up being from this football season? I think the storyline last year got dominated mostly by COVID and all that nonsense. What do you think is going to be the biggest storyline of this upcoming season? Vic?
I think it might end up still being Cam.
You think Cam drama
possibility
eats it up, kind of like Dwight Howard did those a couple of years ago when he was still considered a top, and he was making all these demands and all this, and then ended up being nothing again.
That's exactly what could possibly happen.
Anything is possible. Joe, what about you?
I'm gonna piggyback off of that, and I don't think it's gonna be Cam, but it'll be the Patriots. It's gonna get to the whole does Bill Belichick really know what he's doing? Was it all Tom Brady? Because I don't trust this move. I don't trust this Mac Jones move, and I just think it's gonna come back to bite him in the ass, and that's what's gonna haunt them. I don't think they get off to a good start. So I just think it's going to be the Patriots and Bill Belichick. He may be on the hot seat in a few weeks.
I'm going to look up the Patriots schedule real quick. Damn, they give it to them early. Patriots and Bucs, second game of the season.
Right.
They ain't waste no time.
Right.
So King Vic, what about you? What's going to be the dominating storyline behind this year?
I honestly think it's going to be how well the Bills play throughout the year, but to end the year, it's going to be the Cowboys taking another L.
I like that.
That's going to dominate the end of the year.
That's normal. That's normal as well.
It's normal, but what do we end up every year? High expectations with the Cowboys, and every year, big disappointment. That'll dominate the news.
Oh, they never disappoint me. Never.
Look at that.
I love it.
Next to the Cowboys, you will see what? BD. That stands for biggest disappointment.
Yep.
So,
but I think the Bills will dominate some news during the year.
I think it's news that was bubbling for a little bit and has since died down, and based on whichever way his play goes, Deshaun Watson. They still talking about all this nonsense. They still trying to tear him down. I think, as far as I know, he still wants to be traded, and the team still don't want to trade him. I think that's going to be the big the big thing. Does he make it the whole year? Does he eventually get traded? If he does get traded, where does he end up? Because that could shake up a lot of things in the NFL.
He's going to New England.
I hope
he'll
not.
He'll end up in New England. Mac
I
Jones
surely
is
hope
gonna
not.
Mac Jones is gonna look so bad in the first 5 weeks, 6 weeks that Belichick ain't gonna have no other choice but to do something to save his ass, and he's gonna go after Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson ends up in New England.
That's the hot take of the season right there. I hope it doesn't happen.
Has he even beat his cases yet?
What happened?
You said what?
Has he even beat the court stuff yet?
I didn't start yet.
All the
Yeah, none of it started yet.
Yeah, it hasn't started. I think a lot of cases was dropped though, but I don't know.
Still 1-2. You know Goodell's gonna take him out the league.
Well, they said if worst case scenario, he suspended 6 games or something like that. I don't know.
I mean, they are saying that the NFL set all this up in the first place. If that is the case, that's a whole nother thing. If they clearly want him up out of there, if they don't set him up like that. Again, I just think it's going to be news that dominates, and I hope the news ain't true. I hope the man gets what he wants, because fuck the Texans. I don't know. I just want to see him. I want to see him get his paper and not have not to deal with this kind of bullshit. If it is true, then then fuck him. We just got to find out one way or another, and hopefully the truth will come out, and that'll be that. But I think that's just going to be. We're going to be talking about this again in another 17 weeks, especially if he start playing. I mean, really, if he played good or if he plays bad, we're going to be talking about it. Or if he plays at all. So that was episode 26, Shoot Your Shot podcast. Appreciate everybody who is in the chat with us. We appreciate King Vic for coming and joining and talking the Giants and football with us. Y'all got any last words for the people? This is the last time you're going to get to talk to them before the NFL season kicks off.
Are we not gonna make tonight's predictions? Come on, guys.
Didn't we already? Yeah, we already did.
Yeah, but we gotta do it again. Tonight's the game.
Okay, then let's go. Who's winning tonight?
I got Bucks Cowboys final score 38-17.
Yeah, I got the Bucks as well, something like that, like 38-24.
Yeah, I got the Bucks, and I think it's going away. Vic, who you got?
I got the Bucks 35-10.
There it is.
All ass whippings. The Cowboys will be getting their ass
close. Dak gonna need a minute to get his shit right, and I don't think this is the night that it starts.
Not with what's his name, Zach Martin out the first game.
Martin and their left guard, I believe, is out also.
Yeah.
Pathetic.
Cool. Well, again, appreciate everybody. We will be back on Tuesday to talk week 1 of the NFL. All the games will have been played, so we'll have a whole week wrapped up. We'll see if our predictions are correct. We'll see which one of our teams played well or which one of our teams shit the bed. Hopefully it's not mine, but we'll be back Tuesday, 6 o'clock. Appreciate everybody. Have a good weekend. Be safe. Don't drink and drive.
I got one more word to say. It's been a while. Ben Simmons still ain't shit. All right, y'all. Have a good night.
I knew he wanted to say something. I told y'all, right? I wanted to save it.
It's been a long time. Guys have been making me not talk basketball, so I haven't been talking basketball. But Vic is getting a little too comfortable up there, thinking that it can't happen. Ben Simmons ain't shit. Unless he goes to Golden State, then he's like the greatest player in the NBA right now. Have a good night, y'all.
And there it is. King Vic, any last words, man?
Yo, thank y'all for having me on. Hope to do this again soon. Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir.
Yep, no doubt. We'll get you on a whole episode with Joe so y'all can go back and forth.
I'm down.
We'll have like in a couple of weeks, whoever's team is trash, we'll have y'all go back and forth and talk Giants and Jets.
Well, halfway through the season, we'll probably have the same record.
But the problem, the thing is, who's gonna be happy? Are you gonna be happy being 4-4, or am I gonna be happy being 4? Like, I don't care if we 4-4, I would be happy because I got us finish 6-11. So if we start the first 8 games 4-4, we got the chance to finish 9-8 now. So I'm happy.
If we start 4-4, I'm calling for Daniel Jones' head.
Uh-oh.
Call
See?
up Cam. You got to call
There
up
you
Cam.
go.
Where you at,
Uh-oh.
Cam? All right. Good night, everybody.
All right, everybody. Peace, man. Have a good one.
Peace.